I'm running a bit behind, so it's time to go back to the shop. It has been a while since the third video went out, and what's been happening lately, hey man, life's been happening. After the holidays, Jen and I both got sick from the flu, and it took a long time to recover. And plus we had other things around the house that needed to be done very quickly because of the winter. This episode is brought to you by Calvary Sunrise Oshkosh, teaching the word verse by verse to equip the saints to be ambassadors of Christ. One urgent event we had to take care of was our furnace. Unfortunately, our old furnace took a dive and we had to get a new one. Hopefully this furnace is not as loud as the old one, so I can have better audio when I'm working in the basement. With the new furnace comes the cleaning of the air ducts, which haven't been done in 20 years. So thank you very much for your patience and understanding. Let's get started on some woodworking projects. Even though Christmas is over, I'm still getting requests for Christmas ornaments. So I've been cutting more wood and making more ornaments, and hopefully those will be done very soon. This one was cut by accident, and it looks like a cat's eye. Or maybe the eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Meow. Another request that I get is making a lamp. I made some good lamps in the past, and I've sold my first one recently. So I'd like to get caught up in my inventory and show you how I make them. Okay, so I'm looking at my inventory to see what would be a good candidate for a lamp that I can make right now. This puppy's going to be a lot of work. And these I can save for another project, but they're good candidates too. This bad boy I want to do something special with. I'm not sure how I can make a lamp out of it with the current configuration, but man, that's a good looking candidate right there. But I'm going to save him for later. This one I've been holding on to for quite a while. I'm not quite sure what to do with this piece. It's a beautiful piece of driftwood. I thought about doing an epoxy project, but this can also make a really good desk lamp. These two are my finalists. The one on the left, I already stripped the bark off of it, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to take the one on the right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to strip the bark off this piece, and with birch it'll be different. We have our knife. Oh, I know that's a knife. And we're going to gently try to cut down, almost dissecting the log. We'll start with that. And we have our chisel. And try to find a weak spot on the wood. And gently, if you can, try to strip the wood. And sometimes things don't go the way you plan it. So, wing it. Just like every piece of wood is different, so are we. And just like every piece of wood, everyone is beautiful, on the outside and on the inside. This piece of birch is different from a piece of oak. And it's also different from a piece of cedar. It doesn't make any one of those more beautiful than the other. We're all made into God's image. I want to move on to this tough spot right here, because this might be a little bit more effort to take it off. So I'm going to grab a hammer and see if I can chisel this part off. It's hammer time. And chisel time too. As you can see, this might be a bit easier to take off than the first part I tried working with. And that's okay. As long as you keep on working, it'll look great. And this was the effect I was trying to get on the first piece, but it doesn't quite work out like that. And you guys notice here too, that when I try to do it all by myself, as far as trying to get this bark off, it wasn't working. When I needed help, I called on the chisel and I called on the hammer. And these two tools are helping me. Now we have to ask for help sometimes. And sometimes it's way over our heads. We have to ask God for help. Don't be afraid to ask God for help. Jesus says in John 16:23-24, "And in that day you will ask me nothing. Most assuredly, I say to you, whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you. Until now you have asked nothing in my name. Ask, and you will receive, that your joy may be full." Okay, I got this top part almost done. And I noticed that I missed a spot. So I'm gonna, or maybe a few spots, but we'll go back to it.
As you can see, some of the parts are starting to, the inner part's starting to fall apart, but that's okay, we can always sand that. Home stretch on the departing.
Well, this little piece here is a little trivial, because when I try to stand it up, it's crooked. So I'm going to try to straighten that out. Let's see. Nope, still crooked. Okay, we're going to see if it stands up. Ah, there we go. Now it's time to sand. Oh, get you out of the way. Look how beautiful that's coming out now we're sanding it. Here's like the before and almost after.
it just amazes me a lot when I work with wood. I may say this a lot, but a lot of ways that people are like wood. You know, there's so many different types of wood out there, and there's so many different types of people that are out there. And you know, when you sand down wood, you're going to see some imperfections, and that is okay. Just like we're all imperfect, and that is absolutely okay. You don't need some social group to tell you, you know, what you're supposed to be. Again, we're all created in the image of God. And we don't need anybody telling us, you know, what to do, how we should change ourselves, because God made us in His image. You know, God made us to be who we are. And for people to say that you have to change because, you know, you're confused, there is no confusion when you have Jesus. And having imperfections, that is absolutely okay. The only perfect person out there is Jesus Himself. And He died for us and came back again. You know, this is a beautiful piece of wood. And you are a beautiful person. God made this piece of birch beautiful. And He made you beautiful. There is no confusion about that. Smooth. That's all the time we have for today. Hey man, it's my first cliffhanger. How about that, huh? You know, we do appreciate you being on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video.